Remember when Warner Brothers came out with when they were doing BVS?
Yeah.
And they cast a little known actress at the time named
She was
Gal
really an
Gadot.
actress.
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and everybody went
Nuts.
ape shit. Crazy. And everybody was, oh, she's not gonna be a good Wonder Woman. She doesn't have thighs and
She doesn't
boobs.
have boobs.
Boobs are, for some reason, important. Now, if you had a buck for every time somebody said that,
We'd be millionaires.
we'd be millionaires.
We wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
Well, we would, but not for money.
Probably, yeah, for the fun of it. Well, we're
We're
doing it
still
for the
doing
fun
it
of
for the fun of it. Not many of you are watching anyway, so.
So, but it was like, oh, now everybody's singing her praises. If you saw this all over internet, yeah.
You
Wonder
probably
Woman.
saw it on the thumbnail too.
Yeah.
It
Wonder
is a
Woman.
thumbnail.
Because she shows up in BVS, does a heck of a job, blows
She was the
everybody
best
up.
part of that movie, man.
Debatable, but she had a great scene to make her debut in, if you would.
And score.
Yeah, score. They kept it for this movie.
Not as much as I wanted to.
So when DC announced that they are doing, in fact, Wonder Woman standalone movie, everybody was like, oh, well, okay, now this could actually be something. But we didn't really know what we were gonna get. Because we only saw her one fighting scene and we saw a little bit of her.
Nothing else.
Other than that, but...
Her interaction with Batman and Superman,
Yeah.
but that was it. 2 minutes on the screen.
Yeah, not a lot. So you didn't know what to expect, but you knew that was gonna be... There had potential. There was a great story there, and... he filled up those potential, man. He overshot him.
Patty Jenkins, if I had a head, I'd take it
I
off.
have a bandana off. Comes off.
Mrs. You did such a great job. I mean...
Fantastic job to make the story this good. Where it wasn't just about Wonder Woman, the whole...
Listen, the problem I had with Wonder Woman was all the marketing that came before the movie. People were complaining there's not enough marketing. There was way too much marketing. There was way too much. I mean,
posters coming out every week.
Avoiding the
TV
trailers,
spots.
the posters, the TV spots, avoiding them was... It was an art, okay? It was an art. We avoided most of them, like 98% of them.
I saw posters but no trailers.
So... I saw one of the trailers and seriously, like I saw the teaser, I saw the first trailer, and I was like, okay, they didn't show much, so it was like you didn't know what we were getting from the movie.
Here's the thing.
So they were great trailers.
If in some parts of the world this movie already came out, in other parts
we just came from the
pre-premiere out, and here's something you should keep in mind. Everything you hear about these movies, all the positive stuff you hear about these movies, it's all actually true.
It's all true.
Doesn't happen often, but here it's actually all true. You cannot, you want to talk in superlatives, that's the only thing you can talk about this movie because everything comes together from the story, from the acting, the score.
Listen,
you mentioned the score.
Yeah. You cannot not mention the score, dude. I mean, and Gal Gadot may not be the best actress in the world. She may not even be the best. What's the word? Best actress for the role, even. She may not be the best person for the role, according to some people. But
watching the movie, you would never tell that.
Seriously, and her lack of acting skills is only. I mean, it's covered by adding Chris Pine to the role of Steve Trevor.
If you want to talk about Gal Gadot's lack of acting skills, then you should actually take into account the role that she was playing and how much that actually played into the role.
Yes, definitely.
Because I'd never say she lacks acting talent. Maybe she doesn't have a long career as some other.
I mean, she was in the IDF. She was a model. She still is a model. Yeah. So,
but all of that plays into her role
and her military past. Like, I think it definitely played part in this movie as well. I mean, seriously, when you go through a boot camp, when you fight in a war in Israel, I mean, seriously, like, some of that shows in the movie because the action scenes in this movie and fighting scenes are absolutely amazing. I have no idea who choreographed them, who directed them. I don't know if it was Patty Jenkins, so they brought in an expert, probably both or one of the other. But the fighting scenes are
speeding them up, slowing them down,
the
different speeds that went into it, just visual effects of the whole thing.
definitely. I think Patty
Will
Jenkins.
blow your mind
I don't
off.
know how much fighting scenes she ever did before, but you can definitely see, because Zack Snyder wrote part of the script. You can definitely see his influence in the fighting scenes and the way they were shot. I mean, seriously, it's like some of them you just see those shots and you think, dude, this is right out of Zack Snyder's book. So I mean,
What I liked the most though was the character development. When you
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
see Diana grow from being the princess on Themyscira to actually towards the end of the movie.
not just princess, just being a little girl and growing up in the island, in the Paradise Island with all the other Amazonians,
and being basically isolated from the rest of the world, and then
yeah.
actually stepping into the rest of the world, and then figure out how her ideals that she
and everything
learned
she
to
was
live
taught,
in,
yeah,
how that plays into today's world, or
1918
Yeah.
at least, or whatever the year it is.
in their reality, and how it actually plays into the whole thing, and how she actually grows as a person as the movie goes along.
Just in those simple 2 or 3 days that she is actually like away from Themyscira, once she's encountering Steve Trevor and they go to London and they go to the front lines, and just meaning like seeing an Indian person and seeing a Scottish dude singing songs, and the Arab just grifting and being himself, and just all of them interacting together with each other, trying to accomplish this one thing and complete the mission, and stuff that happens along the way she wants to save everybody but there is not enough time to save everybody, and she takes a few risks and things don't go her way, and this is without spoilers, by the way.
But
So,
she grows into it, she learns from it, and then she figures out there are certain things that are worth fighting for, even though we may not always deserve it, we may not always be worthy of it, if you would,
yeah,
but it's still worth fighting for, and having her realize that is just...
and
Listen, this goes down as post... starting from Man of Steel to this is probably the best stuff
which you'll
DC.
see in a few weeks.
This
2
is
weeks.
the best stuff DC has actually done.
I listen as two of the guys who actually like
I mean,
Batman v Superman and Suicide
DC,
Squad,
I prefer any movie DC did over anything Marvel.
and two
at any
guys
point.
who actually like BVS and Suicide Squad. I think that's saying a lot. And
Like I said, everything you hear about this movie is actually
it's
true.
Yes, and I just mentioned Chris Pine once again because he did such a great job, and the stuff he did with his role. I mean, any A-list actor at his position that he is would have done. I mean, should do such a great job, and he did. He proved once again that he's an A-list actor, and that people should go see him whenever he's in the movie. And that's as far as the good guys go. I mean, we can talk about the secondary supporting characters, but they're just supporting characters. They play a big role.
But even then, they didn't just throw them in there and hope they stick. They actually made them. They give them substance. They give them meaning in every one of them.
Yeah.
You don't get to see much of their story, but you get to figure out who they are, what makes them tick.
Yeah, definitely,
And-
definitely. And then there's the villains. You cannot have a great superhero movie without a good or even great villain, and I think both villains in this movie, three actually,
Even
are
yeah.
great. Listen, I've seen it coming, but you know what? When it actually happens on the screen, just chills go up and down your arms.
And the last scene.
Dude, I mean, it's nothing short of spectacular, worthy of any superhero
Listen,
show.
you want to talk blockbuster?
movie.
You got one here.
Definitely.
And he can actually not just stand up with anything that's came out recently, he can actually
And
pass it.
listen, if you're a kind of person that doesn't want to watch, I don't know, maybe superhero movies maybe not appeal to you for some reason or another, and that's fine, that's cool. I think you should go see Wonder Woman because it
It's
has
not
a
your typical superhero movie.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
It's coming of age meets war meets few other things.
Yeah, that's one other
You can't
thing I
really
was going to
say
point
it's
out.
a superhero movie just because it's
It's
takes
mostly a
out from
war
the
movie.
mold.
It's mostly
It's a
war
war
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of elements of both drama and coming of age.
It's like a fantasy war drama coming of age thing, and seriously, like the stuff that Wonder Woman does and thing that happened to her, and the stuff with the villains, man. I mean, we get some of the background story of how Paradise Island came to be, and it has a lot to do with gods, Greek gods and stuff like that. But then you have actual natural villains, I mean, who are humans, who are developing new poisons, which were, I mean, they were a plague in World War I. And seeing that put into the movie, and the stuff they did with World War I, and just the costumes and the time period, I mean, they were so true to it. It really was like, I was thinking about Captain America the whole time, because the first Avenger, because it really did remind me of that, because Marvel did really kind of did it first, and the whole time I was thinking about
But don't confuse it with First Avenger.
No.
These two movies have nothing in common.
They're
other than war elements to them. Completely different movies.
And one cyanide scene, so... And there was the, I was also reminiscent of the Justice League animated series with the two-parter episode with World War II, where actually Wonder Woman meets Steve Trevor in the cartoons in the animated series. They basically took that cartoon and the source material and transferred it into the movie. So if you saw those two episodes, if you watched the animated series...
if you read the comics.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of...
You'll be familiar with the stuff, but like
there's a bunch of Easter eggs. I noticed one, I have no idea what it means, but there was the, at the beginning of the movie in Paris, there's these two guards coming out of the Wayne Enterprises vehicle, and there's this car ID plate, and I think it's a Justice League Easter egg, but because it starts with, it says that France logo on it, and it has JL, and then 848 or something or other, and there's two other letters, but I think it's Justice League Easter egg for one of the comic books. So if anybody knows, let me know.
October? September? When's Justice League?
Justice League, I think it's October or in November, and we're getting Thor Ragnarok 3, Thor Ragnarok that month or month afterwards too, but seriously, we cannot sing enough praises for Wonder Woman. Such a great movie.
No, go watch it.
What do you rate it?
Go first.
I'm going with 26 out of 30.
Seven, 8.
27?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's seriously, it really is
28 even. 28.
28, okay.
It's really that good.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, it's definitely money's worth. We saw it in 3D, but I think
you can watch it in 2D, but just visual effects of it. It's really, really well done. And the overall story, the character development. Listen, you're looking at a little bit over 2 hours, but
it's worth it the whole time. I mean, the time
there's
flies.
A lot of movies coming out. They're either out now or coming out, but Wonder Woman is definitely worth your buck.
Yeah, if you miss Wonder Woman, you'll only regret it later when you see it on Blu-ray or DVD. Seriously,
because it's really good.
You should see it in cinema. So yeah.
That's it from us.
For this week, next week we have a trilogy review. After that we have more videos.
We got some sort of schedule worked out.
Because I'm going to work and we won't be able to record
all the stuff
video.
You will see over the next month or 4 or 5 weeks, everything is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we hope you'll enjoy it and
we
stick around.
We'll be back with new stuff, new reviews in July.
Yeah, hopefully second week in July, if not sooner. So definitely July though. Definitely July, and yeah.
That's it from us.
Yeah. Bash Bros out.